All right, so we're looking at exponential growth here. Population of the U.S. has been increasing at an average rate of 0.91%. If the population, and that would be an annual rate, just didn't read that part. If the population was 303,146,000 in 2008, predict the population in 2012. So A is the initial amount. In this case, 303,146,000. R is the rate of change, or the interest rate, the growth rate. Here, they're saying express it as a decimal. We typically do that, although some of your calculators can handle it as a percent. When you change percent to decimal, you can move your decimal point to the left 2 spots. And so we have 0.0091 if you change it to a decimal. Time is the amount of the time that's changed, the change in time, and since we're looking at an annual rate, time here would be years. So 2012 minus 2008, and you get 4 for the time. So now we'll write out what we're going to type in our calculator. So we'll have y equals the initial amount, 303,146,000, times 1 plus 0.0091, and then your exponent will be 4. You can type all that into your calculator. Most calculators can handle that. If not, you can add what's in parentheses first and then type it in. But when you do, if we round this to the nearest whole person, we get approximately 314 million 332,051, and that's population, or people, in the U.S. Sometimes we'll be looking at compounded interest. So because it says compounded, we'll use the compound interest formula. Now the P is the principal. It's the initial amount that's invested or borrowed. So the principal here, the P, is 100,000. The R is the interest rate, annual interest rate, as a decimal. So 5.2% as a decimal would be 0.052. Notice I've moved the decimal place over 2 spots. Because it says compounded quarterly, that means the N is 4. Because there's 4 quarters in a year, much like there's 4 quarters in a dollar. Sometimes you may see annual or compounded yearly, so that would be 1. You might see compounded monthly, which would be 12. Compounded daily would be 365. So it's the number of times per year is compounded. And then T is the number of years, in this case 12. Now we'll substitute into this formula. From here, we can go ahead and multiply in our exponent. 4 times 12 is 48. We can go ahead and do the 0.052 divided by 4 as well. And if you want to go ahead and add the 1 and the 0.013, you get 1.013 as your base. Exponent 4 times 12 is 48. And we'll go to our calculator for this decimal approximation. We'll round it to the nearest cent, since we're dealing with dollars and cents money. So we get approximately $185,888.87. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know if you need any more. If you're one of my students, you can message me on Google Classroom.